Hello and welcome to Estate Edu with Atibami. I am your host. My name is Sovia Aishat Adams Abiyekini. On today's episode, we're going to talk about valuation as is one of the tasks in estate management. Let's welcome our lecturer. He's no other person than Elder ESV Atibami Dan. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Sovia Aishat. It's good to be here again. On this episode, we'll be looking at one of the tasks in estate management. One of those tasks in estate management I'll be considering today is valuation. Valuation, by several definitions, that is a particular acceptable, simple definition of valuation. Please state that valuation is the art and science of estimating in monetary terms the worth of an asset, worth of a property or an estate at a particular time for different purposes.
Valuation is a broad term on its own, but how is valuation applicable to estate management? Can you please take us through?
Oh yes, the place of valuation in property management is so critical and crucial that any property manager cannot do away with. Valuation is essential in property management because of the use for which it is required. In our last episode, we discussed on estate management and we mentioned that there are so many various types of estates. But we also mentioned that our main focus will be real estate, including land and buildings. And we can be using the term property interchangeably with assets or estates as we discuss along. The application of valuation to estate management is a very critical task. One of the areas of application of valuation to estate management is in rental determination. Now, talking about rental valuation, property that are being managed, especially for commercial purposes, requires valuation for rental purposes in order for the property manager to fix appropriate annual or rent or lease purposes on such properties. Therefore, a valuation is required in order to bring out the real rental value, open market rental value of such property at a particular time. Insurance also, a property, especially commercial properties and private properties too, that are being occupied will require insurance valuation in order for the property to be properly insured against risks and unforeseen eventualities. Therefore, insurance valuation is needed in order to aid estate management. Capital value in property transactions, estate valuation is required in order for the transactions on the particular property to be consummated. For instance, in the circumstance of buying and selling of properties, property valuation is required, and then a property manager requires the property valuation to fix appropriate value and sales prices on the property. Property valuation is also required in management for taxation purposes, because there are so many taxes that are imposed on properties, such as capital gain tax and rating, to mention just a few. Valuation is required in order that appropriate taxes are paid on the property at every given time. And so, the valuation for any purpose and for all purposes are needed in estate management, and an estate manager is expected to be guided by each and every purpose of this valuation: rental purpose, capital value purpose, taxation purposes, and all other purposes that we will look at subsequently.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I have this disturbing question that I want to ask. Based on your initial definition and based on some of the definitions in the textbook that we've read over the years, we're meant to understand that valuation is an art and science. Then, in some definition, it's the art is not properly recognized. Can you kindly throw more light on why valuation is an art and why it's more of science? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you for the question. From the definition, we said that valuation is both an art and science. Yeah, it's considered a science course because it's a process that has to do with methods, and we call these methods methodologies. A lot of methods are deployed in valuation. Another reason why we consider valuation as science is because it's involving data collection, data collation, analysis, and drawing inference, conclusion from the data so analyzed. And in science, data collection is an integral process. Then also, valuation involves a lot of mathematical and statistical calculations, whereby mathematical formula applications, statistical applications are used in order to arrive at values. So with this, we know that valuation is a science course. On the other hand, we also say that valuation is an art. It's an art because it has to do with the subjective interpretation of the data so collected. Two people may have different views and interpretation about a particular phenomenon. And in valuation, two opinions might vary, even though methods adopted may be the same. And therefore, one of the reasons why valuation is considered as an art is the fact that the interpretation is subjective. Another reason why we consider valuation as an art is the reason is the core knowledge of the practitioner. The practitioner deploys his expertise and knowledge in carrying out valuation. His experiences over the years, his expertise knowledge, and the wherewithal he possesses in order to bring out to interpret and then to produce value. That is why valuation in this case is called an art. But these two put together, we know that valuation can be either science or art. But the main reason is to determine the monetary worth of an asset for a given period for specific purposes.
Thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful episode and explanation today. I think I can now say that myself and a lot of us out there have a better understanding as to what valuation is to estate management. All right. Thank you very much for staying tuned with us. Just make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, share, and leave all your questions in the comment section, and we'll be sure that we'll attend to them. If there is any topic out there that you want us to treat, kindly leave it in the comment section. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next video.